We all know that busy moms love repurposing content. So this is one way that you can start repurposing your content for free. Hang on, because I'm going to share with you a brand new app that I am loving. Hey, Go Getter, I'm Angela.
And I'm Adam.
We help normal moms and dads chase after their big dreams
In a modern online world.
all while in the midst of raising kids.
In what we call the family hustle.
So as many of you guys know, I love video. I love using video, live video, going face to face in your stories every single day is a great way to start using video. But another thing that I'm really falling in love with is this podcast. You know, audio is just really taking off, but honestly, it is so great for me because it's an extension of my brand. It is a place where I can do coaching, especially for the busy mom who doesn't have time to sit and watch a 10-minute video. You can put a podcast in your ear and cook dinner, do the laundry, go drive on your commute, and you can consume, 20 minutes of content uninterrupted. It's amazing. I know I am loving podcasts myself. And so I'm sure that you may have even thought about, if you're a busy mom building a business, should you have a podcast? Well, if that's something you've been thinking about, hang on, I'll help you with that in a little bit. But right now I want to talk about repurposing your audio content, and that includes video and podcasting, into written form. And how do you do that? Through transcriptions. So a lot of people use a hub of either their blog or doing YouTube videos. They have a hub where they have their main source of content, and then they have branches where they can repurpose that same content. Maybe it's shorter videos, maybe teaser videos on Facebook or even Twitter or Instagram, and then stories that maybe talk about what's in that episode, maybe a quote or something like that. So you can use that hub, that video or that podcast as your main long form content. And then off of there, you have branches of different pieces of where that content is. You're repurposing that content. Now, if it's a video, you can repurpose that video in other places, IGTV, YouTube, hosting it on your blog as an embed or something like that. But let's talk about transcribing the audio of that video or podcast and how powerful that is. I didn't really think about it whenever I started making video. I had several of my friends tell me, I don't have time to stop and watch a video. I don't have time. I'm not watching videos right now, but I want to know what your video is about. Can you tell me? And so they wanted me to write a blog post. And so at that time, I'm a busy mom too. And so it was way easier for me to create a video or create a podcast and just tell them what I wanted to talk about, what a problem I was talking about, what solution I was talking about, but they weren't ready to consume as a video. And so that kind of opened my eyes that there are people who like consuming content in different forms. That may be for you. If you're listening to this, you may be thinking, oh, I only like listening to podcasts, or I only like watching YouTube videos, or I only tune into Facebook Lives. You may have your source that you prefer. All of us are the same way. And I even have some different coaches who I will not watch on IGTV, but I'll watch them on YouTube, or I'll listen to their podcast, even though they're going live on IG and having their IGTV. So it's kind of interesting even to think about it for myself and my own content that I consume. But how do we transcribe our content so that we provide another way to share content for another type of person who we can help? And transcribing your audio for your podcast or your videos is the easiest way to do it. Now, I have been struggling. This has been an ongoing thing for probably over a year that I have been trying to transcribe my videos on the cheap, because it adds up. There are some services that you can pay for. Rev.com is one that I personally have used before, and they were fast. But if you're doing weekly videos, if you're doing at least, once a week, you're doing a long form video and it's $1 a minute, it just adds up. And especially if you're a small business, you may not be ready to, say, okay, I'm already hosting my blog, my podcast. I'm already have all these expenses. I don't want to have every single episode to be another $20 or $30, depending on how long your video is or your podcast is, or it's not even perfect, and so that's another thing, is that you're paying for this service and you're still going to have to go through and edit it out. Well, there are some people who you can pay, who you can go to Fiverr.com, I think is what it is, and they'll transcribe it for you, and they'll even put it into a pretty little blog post. But me, I'm doing it all myself, full disclosure. So anytime you see a transcription or whatever, I am doing it myself. But this is the app that I am using, and it's called Otter, Otter. Otter, it is a free app. Now, I was telling it to my husband, I definitely don't think it was meant to be used this way, because it's mainly meant for, like, if you go to a business meeting or you go to a conference or something like that, and they have a speaker and you want to take notes, but you want to tune in too, right? You can't just be taking notes the whole time. You can use this app, and it will even keep track of who's talking, like the conversation and everything. And so it's amazing. But as far as transcribing your podcast or your videos, for me, I just replayed my video on my computer and used my computer speakers, and I had my phone sitting next to my speaker and pushed the record button for that app, Otter app. And then I left the room and let it transcribe for a 15 minute video, and came back in, and then I basically had my blog post written. It took me maybe 10 minutes to just reformat it so it looked more like a blog post, not just a run-on sentence. But I was able to write a 1,300 word count blog post to go with my video. And that is amazing for your blog, for SEO. There's so many benefits of having that kind of word count on a blog post, because everything I'm seeing is that you want people to stay on your blog longer. And the way to do that is to have more words. And what I was doing before is I was just using my blog as a hub. And I actually see this on other people. And I'm like, oh, wow, as a consumer, I kind of get it. Like I was on Pinterest, let's just say, and I was searching for an answer. At that moment, I'm in written kind of consumption mode. And I go to somebody's blog post that they shared, and what's there is like a title, and then it's their podcast or it's a video. And I'm just not ready to watch that right now, because either, I'm watching the kids and I can't just tune into a video, because honestly, this is just mom life. That's just what happens. That's why I started listening to podcasts in the first place. But I wasn't ready. I wish that it was in a blog post form so I could just scroll down and read and digest the information that way. And whenever this is happening to me, I realized, wow, I was doing this on my own blog. What if I just added the transcription along with my video or my podcast? It would add so much more value for the person who wants to read. And so it's a way to serve your people and meet them kind of where they are. So if they would rather watch a video, or maybe they start the video and they connect with you and they're like, oh, this person's cool, but then they read the rest of the blog post, and so it goes either way. I've been spending a lot of time on Pinterest because Pinterest is driving so much traffic to my own personal blog. So I want to make sure that I am using that platform organically and just really using it as a user to really just experience it, so I know what is catching my own attention, so I know what to make my pins eye-catching and everything, but then also what's the experience whenever I click on a pin. And if you want more help with using Pinterest to grow your own business, I put a whole course together. It's got the beginner's guide to using Pinterest to grow your business, and I will put it in the show notes so you can grab it. But Pinterest by far has just grown my blog, the traffic and everything, more than, oh goodness, 70% of my traffic comes from Pinterest alone. And it's not something that I feel takes a lot of time. It's consistent, but even 10 pins a day. The biggest tip is you want new pins, but that's a whole nother episode, and I already recorded that episode. So you need to go back and watch that or listen to that episode all about Pinterest and the number one strategy you need to grow your Pinterest account. But I'm thinking about the user experience and why it's so important to transcribe, because people coming from Pinterest or coming from Google, and if they just don't know you, they don't have that experience, that connection, they might not be ready to watch a video. If they go to your blog, they're not on YouTube, they're on your blog. If they're searching on YouTube, they're ready to watch a video, but if they're on your blog, they might not be ready to watch a video. A video can complement the written word, but right now they're in consumption mode. So why don't we just use this free app to transcribe your video? Now this works for if you don't have a blog yet, although I feel like you're long-term, you probably do want a blog, a hub that you own to have your content there. But if you're not quite ready for that yet, do a live video about your content, about the problem that you're solving, and transcribe it. You're going to have this as a file. From that, you can create an email to send out. You can create quotes that you said. You can use it the same way and just don't, you could even, put little paragraphs and make mini blog posts on Instagram. Maybe you could spread it out over 5 days and say, today I shared 5 tips about eating low carb, keto at a cookout. And I could share those tips over the week, like my first tip, this is something that I always do. And then for the next tip, wait for tomorrow. Like it's almost like you're dripping out the blog post. You could do that. And a lot of people talk about using Instagram as a mini blog. And no, you can't share 1,300 words on Instagram, but you could use this transcription to create all of your content and all of your written word. Because I don't know about you guys, but there's sometimes that I'm just lazy and I don't want to type out a 1,300 word blog post. And it's so much easier to go live or to record a podcast and share and have that energy and everything. I just love doing that so much more than writing. But you can use that. You can use that energy that you have in your video or your podcast and create all your content from that. Use it as a repurposing, and transcribing your videos and your podcast gives you so much power. So you have that transcription and you have those written words down that are still your words, And so I just wanted to share this free app with you so you can go on and you can transcribe all your videos and have all of this content, because so many people talk about, I don't have anything to post today. I don't have any content. I don't know what to post on social media. And if you just have your transcription, you could do one video, plan one video for the week, and then have the rest of your content set. Because you can just trickle it out from that one live video or that one podcast. That's your main hub, your main long form content. Like I said, long form, think 1,000 words or more, which this video that I did was, like I keep saying, I just looked at the word count. So I know 1,300 words. So I got my main content out, and now I'm going to sprinkle that throughout the rest of the week. And it saves me so much time. Because here, you're going to hear busy mom tips to help you build your business online. And part of it is to show up consistently, and also serve people where they are and help them get to where they want to go. And so many people, they are consuming your content in different ways. Why not add that transcription, that written form of content that you've already created? And so I hope that this free app helps you. It's free. I'm not affiliated in any way. I'm just sharing something that I'm using. I honestly just started using it a lot in this past month, and I'm just in love with how well it's helping me. I wanted you to know about it. So let me know, do you create long form content? Do you create some form of content that is helpful every single week? And the second part is, are you transcribing it so that you can sprinkle out that content? You can repurpose that content throughout the week to point back to your long form content. Are you doing that? If not, start doing it. That's the first tip. Start doing it, and tag me in your stories and let me know. Let me know how you like this app, Otter, Otter.
Thanks for listening to The Family Hustle with Angela and Adam Parker. We appreciate you guys being here.
If you're listening, don't forget to take a screenshot and share it into your stories and tag us at Grass Fed Mama.
Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your podcast player of choice. That helps other people find out about what we're doing, and it's the best thing you can do to help us grow the podcast.
Hey goal getter, are you ready to stop having to chase after people only to realize they aren't even interested in what you have to offer? You spend months trying to build rapport and get to know them, and then they never seem interested in buying. What if you could attract your ideal customer to you and have them reaching out for more information about your business and what you have to offer? If this sounds like something you want more info on how you can put into practice, join our Attraction Marketing Bootcamp, where we take 5 days to dig deep into discovering what your ideal customer wants and how you can be the most attractive to them through branding and developing a customer journey. Over the 5 days, you'll have worksheets and videos to guide you through this self-study. To learn more, head on over to grassfedmama.com/attractionmarketing. And now back to the show.